Hey, what is up? We are in Brooklyn, New York on Corona lockdown, and I had the camera set up at the foot of my bed already.
I thought you said that you were going to tighten things up. Well,
so I figured why not just do a BTS of a GTS from my bed. Today's photo is from September 18th, 2018 in Hong Kong. This was our last show of our world tour. Wonderful, wonderful world tour with the Killers. And I feel like this photo was like a really good way to sign off on this world tour. It was my first world tour. We hit about 35 to 40 countries, something like 130 shows over the course of a year. And it was, it just felt like a dream. And well, in both ways, where it literally felt like it didn't happen, and it also was a just amazing experience. Okay, so maybe you have seen this on my Instagram. It's a picture of the one and only Brandon Flowers of the Killers. This is towards the end of the show. At this point, I certainly was very in tune with their movements and, the set and what they were going to be doing for each song. And one of my favorite moments of the show is during the song When You Were Young. And he takes the mic and he kind of does this motion and like a big part of the song. And I shoot it every night, even though I know it's going to be the same photo. I just can't help myself because it's always a great moment. Even though it's a great moment, what can I do to make it different than the previous 129 shows? Looking at the photo, it's very obvious you're looking at some motion blur here. So I shot this at 1/40th of a second, f9, ISO 1600. When you go off on these settings a little bit, you're going to do something different like this, where you're going to slow the shutter down. You're throwing out all of the settings that you had been working with. So, say I know that my light range is sort of around f4, 400th of a second at 1600. Okay, now I need to slow it down, but I got to do something. Either bring the aperture up or bring the ISO down. And with the motion blur, I just really wanted to capture the energy of this particular moment that I've captured so many times, but usually at more of a shutter speed where I'm going to freeze the action. So let's look at the out of camera. Super washed out. Not much detail going on. If you kind of glance at it, you don't really even know what's going on. When I'm looking at a photo that is very heavy on one color, like a blue or a red, immediately the first thing I'm going to try to do is move the color temperature, because I want to see what that's going to do for the exposure. So I'm going to move this to 50,000. It seems like it's bringing him out of the frame the most, which is what I want. So we'll start at 50,000. I brought the tint down, brought the exposure up a little, brought the contrast up a little, brought the blacks way down. That's just going to help him be more defined in the frame. Dehaze. This is something that can kind of go either way, I feel, with photos. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it looks bad. Dehaze, literally we're in a black screen, or make it pop more. It's a pretty straightforward edit. Don't underestimate what you could do by changing the color temperature, especially in a black and white photo, or a photo that's pretty monochromatic. I would always say at least give it a shot to see what it does, because sometimes you may find that shooting at the complete wrong color temperature with black and white or a monochromatic photo actually gives you better results. This photo, I was very happy that we all kind of agreed that we liked it, and it was a photo we wanted to put out there. I thought it was a nice sort of way to end, or like a nice sort of exclamation point for what I had been doing with the band. I just felt like this photo really captured my feelings on, in this sort of moment of time. And for me, that this photo kind of tells that story. So it's a pretty personal photo for me. And I hope you like it. I hope you feel or get a little bit of that feel that I do. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone's staying safe. Thanks for joining me in my bed. Comment below if there's a photo that you want to hear more about, or hear how I got it. And subscribe and all that stuff. Okay, see you later.